you guys know, we bought this car about 2 weeks ago, and today we have a special mod coming for it, but we're also going to be doing some tiny mods through VCDS. The mod hasn't showed up yet, but when it arrives, we're going to film that. We have to run also a couple errands to fix some things with the car, being the intake, or the low pressure fuel line is rubbing up against the valve cover. So we're gonna either try to move that down there, but we are gonna order the fuel line relocation kit that replaces that issue. Very common on these cars, as you may know if you have one of these. Oil change in the car, so that's gonna be the first thing that we're gonna be doing, because it's been, I think, 1.5 years since this car had an oil change. Don't worry, it's sat for a while. It's not like it's been driven like 10,000 miles for 1.5 years. So that's gonna be the first thing we're doing. Then we're gonna be jumping into the little mods, which we'll describe in a little bit, how that's done. And then once this package shows up, which could be 4 hours from now, who knows? We're gonna install that one, and that's gonna be a very, very fun mod for this car. So yeah, let's jump right into it, I guess. This car has been sitting for most of its life over the last 1.5 years. The last oil change was done in about early 2025. And although it has not been driven more than 5,000 miles, we're gonna do an oil change anyways. I'm gonna start by taking off all these twist lock fasteners. And at some point, we're probably gonna get the aluminum shielding underneath, so we won't have to worry about this thing cracking and falling apart. So we did get the oil kit from FCP Euro. They just put it all bundled all into one. So we got liquid moly 5W40 for the car. It takes 6.8 US quarts. So we got that, all that. It comes with the filter as well as the rubber ring for the filter as well, and then the actual drain plug. So pretty straightforward. Only going to take like 2 to 3 tools. So let's bang it out.
Oh.
What, Liz?
It's fairly not tight, but it didn't leak, so it don't matter. Oh my god, it's black. Gravity is winning this fight right now.
It's a little dark.
It's not that bad. It still has some color, but it's definitely
There's no glitter, that's good.
That's true, there's no glitter.
We are going to wrap up the oil change here. We're just going to throw in 6.8 liters of oil into the car, let it run for a little bit. We're going to test the amount of oil that's in the car with the stupid electronic dipstick, and we will go on to the mods from here. And that's going to do it for the first S4 oil change after 1.5 years. So the next mod, or the tiny mods that we're doing, is going to be the taillights and the headlights. So Hunter's going to show you an example, but this is what they look now with DRL, with like the headlights set to auto. So headlights are off, and when you apply the brake, you just get the simple brake light, but you don't get that bottom DRL, so turn on the headlights on. This is what we want to happen, but we want this to happen with the headlights off. I call these the drowsy tails. I don't know if anybody else calls them that, but.
All right, so first off, we're gonna do the drowsy tails, which would be in central electronics. And then we'll let that load. And then we're gonna go over to coding, long coding helper. And then we're gonna go to byte 2, which is gonna be the daytime running lights and lights. And then we wanna enable bit 7, which can be rear parking lights active with daytime running lights. Check that off and just select it and go ahead and close it. Coding accepted.
It's that easy? Pretty straightforward. So now, all right, so now if we take a look,
Now the headlights are off.
oh yeah, headlights are off.
Look at that.
Drowsy tails activated, let's go.
Nice. That's the first one.
These are literally my most favorite thing about the generation is these taillights. Not even, no hate to the S5 people, but S4 taillights, way better. All right, so we got the taillights done. Now we're moving on to the headlights. So the issue or the mod that we're doing is that when you turn the turn signal on, whether right or left, the LED itself will dim down to like a quarter of the brightness that it should be, which we can show you an example of because it's, we're gonna show you how to get to it first, and then we'll show you the value that it's at.
So we go in Central Electronics, Security Access, you're gonna type in 20113, and we'll accept it. And then we're gonna go to Adaptation, then we're gonna go to Channel 3 and read.
Which should be turn signal dimming.
So it's gonna be, currently right now we have the turn signal on. It'll dim the DRL down to 26%.
So right now it's at 100. I don't know if you can see how it dims, and then when the turn signal goes off, it brightens back up. Try it again. The refresh rate's making it flicker, but
yeah, I'm not sure how good the camera will pick it up.
you actually do it on the garage, that might be easier to tell. You can see how it dims compared to that side, and then when the headlight turns on, or the turn signal turns off, it gets back bright. So we're gonna just max that out at 100%.
Crank it all the way.
And then turn the turn signal on, you'll see that the brightness right here will stay exactly the same.
So they have it on and turn it off. It's always gonna be on.
So that'll keep the lights in the front fluent even if you have a turn signal on. So those were the two quick and easy mods. But we're gonna jump over to the final mod, which wasn't free like this mod was, but I think you guys are gonna enjoy this one, and we'll explain why. So we have the biggest mod of the video coming up right now. I don't know if you want to explain why we got this when we technically already have one.
Yeah.
But
so if you haven't known already, we bought another intake for the car. And I know back when Mason owned his S4, when he first bought it, at least, did it have it had an intake on it when you first bought it, right?
closed.
Yeah. So it had a closed box intake on it.
Which in this scenario, it's basically the exact same situation with the closed in-gen intake.
And what it does is it just muffles the supercharger noise. You can hear it on this car because there's no exhaust on it, but we're gonna make it louder. We got a Canadian Auto Performance intake, and because this is just our daily, we didn't really get anything like super fancy. Everybody gets the titanium like piping. So we just went ahead and got the aluminum one. It was like, what, 200, 300 bucks, I think, 330 bucks. I still think it looks really nice. And it has like the wrinkled black paint. So it's not like it's cheap quality. It's a good quality intake. Discount code Sawyer Eric, link down below. Got us a little discount on the intake. But yeah, it looks fabulous. Massive cone filter. I like how they have everything in like individual boxes and stuff.
All right, so we're gonna cut this part out. We're gonna cut to like a cinematic of all the pieces that the intake comes with, and then after that, we're gonna get right into installing it. So we have the 8-inch air intake filter, the aluminum shrouding, aluminum intake piping, and the rubber connectors.
so we got the shrouding. We put the weather stripping around the edges. It went all the way around the end, and then we just snipped off. We also moved over the grommets from the stock box. Carried that over with the 2 pieces that they provide you to stick to. There is this little hole right here that is going to be for this elbow piece that we just put in. There's a hole right on this bracket that you just screw it into, and it's going to be angled just like that to actually hold this shrouding in place. So it's going to go in just like so. And out of the way, these grommets can go in just like that. Perfect, just like so. So that lines up, which is great. This one's also going to be an Allen, I think the same size. That's another M4. So we're just gonna...
Alright, this is the next thing we're working with. It's the, I think it's the oil filter. I don't know exactly what it is, but I'm pretty sure it's the oil filter.
Or breather, oil
Breather, whatever it is. It should clip on directly onto the stock one, which it did, which is perfect. And then we're gonna get a zip tie to hold it up against that. Now there's a bolt hole that the stock one went on. We're just gonna utilize that same bolt hole. And that part is done.
So I built the piping, I put the couplers on both sides, tighten them down. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna feed this through this low pressure fuel hose. Pop this into place. Just like that. Okay. Perfect. So that's tight. This is in its spot. We're gonna, I mean, you can't really see the logo that much with the hose, but once we relocate that, that'll look more presentable. So that's good. So now we can just get the actual velocity stack and intake on. So we'll put that on. It's in the same orientation that these bolts are in.
That thing is so big, bro. This is the finished product, basically. So we're gonna cut to the iPhone clip. We're gonna get outside revving like we did, and then also a flyby, and get some nice clips for you guys. Yeah, that's way louder. That's way louder. All right, the biggest test is probably going to be the pull on the road.
Absolutely. All right, so let's get this ready to go on the road. Way louder. Looks so nice too.
All right, so we're gonna do. We're gonna film. Yeah, we're gonna film inside the cabin. Windows down. I don't know if the wind noise is gonna be, but I'll put it kind of in the middle here.
If I go slow enough, I don't think there'll be a lot of wind noise, but.
That sounds so much louder than the other one. All right, we're gonna do windows up because I'm not sure if this wind noise is bearable or not.
All right, so we got windows closed. Oh, that's good stuff.
That bird almost died.
Almost whacked the bird. You can hear a little bit on the downshifts too. Oh, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. We'll go from 2 down to 3. That's good stuff. Oh my god.
All right, we're gonna
money.
move on to an outside clip for you guys.